All right, guys. Hello. How everybody doing? This is Tasha Talk Truth. Why don't you know speaking truth all day, every day? So let's get into it. How everybody doing? I hope everybody having a wonderful, wonderful day. Y'all already know. If you not, drop down on your knees and pray. Y'all know I always open up my video like that. Yes, because God, put God first, please, everybody. All right. So guys, some people have been DMing me, telling me, oh, you got to speak. You have to speak. You've been out here defending Tasha K, defending. So now that Tasha K has effed up, in their words, what you gonna say? Are you gonna speak now? Huh? Are you going to speak on her truth? Are you gonna speak on your truth? Tasha Talk Truth, you gotta speak. First of all, I don't have to do a damn thing. But because I put out a video a couple of days ago about Tasha K being under attack by the LGBT community and some Cardi B fans. Now, not all Cardi B stans are like this bunch, okay? I know there's some different ones all over the place, and you know, I have been told in my comment chat, just because people say that they are Cardi B stans, that doesn't mean that they are. Well, first of all, this group of people are definitely Cardi B stans, okay? Period. Point blank. So you have a mixture of Cardi B stans, and then you have a group of Ray men, okay, I gotta say it like that is attacking a woman. Now, if we want to just leave it at the women of, you know, the Cardi B stan women, okay, that's one thing, because we know that Tasha K and Cardi B, they have a lawsuit going on, and they don't like each other. That's one thing, okay? But when you have a group of Ray men that is attacking a woman, constantly attacking a woman on her looks, her body part, I mean, it's just disgusting. And then when you got these women supporting these people, it's disgusting, especially when they are campaigning lies, okay? Lies. So let me start off by saying this. There is no beef between Tasha K and Storm. That is from a lie, okay? They are, if people are so blind that they cannot see that this group of people have come together and they are attacking Tasha K. Period. That's what they're doing. So they are taking any and everything that Tasha K is saying, and they are creating these lies. I mean, they are blatant lies. And instead of the viewers going to look for themselves to see what's going on with Tasha K, they just take these people's word for it. This is how you start a rumor, and these are rumors. These are not facts. These are rumors. I hadn't even seen the post that Tasha K had posted up about Storm. I didn't even see it. I just happened to see it on a YouTuber channel, you know, that came across my screen, and I said, huh? So I goes and look, and I'm like, how? That don't even make sense. So I goes and look at the original post, and I'm just like, where do they get that Tasha K is dissing Storm? How did they get that out of there? Tasha K always made posts about the bloggers, the small bloggers that was always doubting Storm, that was always trying to tear Storm and Tasha K down, you know. And so Tasha K would, you know, from time to time, when Storm would do good, she would post up his accolades. She would post, you know, I'm the mentor, so I'm going to show this is how he's grown. This is how he has progressed since working under me, okay? Nothing was different from what Tasha K been posting. But because the hate for this woman, they started some shit with their post. And instead of y'all going and look like I did. I went to look to see what was going on because, like I said, I started on another YouTuber page first. And I'm like, this is nothing out of the ordinary that what Tasha K have been posting. I can look through that and read through that just as clear as day, and it has nothing to do because I defend her, but it's just clear as day. She's pretty much saying, I mean, how long do y'all expect Storm to work under Tasha K? She's letting him know you've made it. You made it. Okay? He did a Jaguar interview. Roseanne Barr reached out to interview Storm. He's made it. And that's what she's saying. And see, y'all wouldn't understand that because y'all don't have no mentors. Y'all don't understand. No one is trying to mentor y'all. You know, the person that y'all rally up on and you know, and is on his nutsack, he don't give a damn about y'all. All he cares about is y'all grouping up together and going after this black woman. That's all he cares about. That's all. Because if he really cared, he would tell y'all, stop going in on Tasha K and get y'all some real content and start building up y'all channels. But of course he's not going to tell y'all that because he can't stay off her name. He cannot stay off her name. You know, he ran back to his mammy. You know, he ran away from home and he knew he couldn't live out there without his mama. So he comes back to Tasha K and then he sits down and then he reports on her. So my thing, what I'm trying to say here is all of this started from jealous and envy. And once this YouTuber put out in the atmosphere that Tasha K was jealous of Storm and Tasha K don't want to be bothered with him because of the Jaguar interview that he done, that was a rumor. Look how fast that rumor spread around to where other YouTubers was picking it up. But if you notice, no big YouTuber ever picked that up. Matter of fact, no YouTuber ever picked up the Jaguar story, the interview that Tasha K done. You don't see none of these bigger YouTubers trashing Tasha K. It's only these petty, small YouTubers and they are in a clique together that's trying to demolish this woman. Period. You don't see no other words, and Tasha K is well known. You don't see other people picking up this story. You only see these small people picking up the story and running live. So it all started, so the people's mind was already manipulated by saying that Tasha K and Storm was going head to head because Storm did the Jack Wright story and Tasha K is jealous and now Tasha K don't want nothing to do with him and Tasha K done dropped him. Now she's ready to take on another. So people's minds are already feeling that because of the lies and the rumors. You know, black people are crazy. This is why we are so destructive now. This is why we don't get along now. This is why you still got black people still out there killing black people. And you got half the world marching for Black Lives Matter. But until we start, stopping what's going on in our community, it's all pointless. Because I still got to look on my phone and see 5 people killed today of the hands of their own peoples. Same thing that's happening here on YouTube. Go do your research. When y'all see people saying Tasha K only done this interview with Jaguar because she knew she was going to get numbers, go look at Tasha K other videos and go look at the numbers on the video. But y'all don't wanna go do that. Y'all just listen to, and then not only that, y'all not even paying attention to the messenger. These people live and breathe to tear Tasha K down. They live and breathe. They dream about her, and they wake up and they're making videos about her. Look at who attacks Tasha. Small, struggling YouTubers that is using her name to grow their channel. Then what? Where does it go from there? It's been proven. It's been proven when YouTubers attack this woman, that's all the content that they have. When they try to build up something else off their channel, it fails. That is one thing Tasha K have been spitting out here to YouTubers. Don't beef with other YouTubers. Have a passion for something. I can say the same thing about my numbers. When I go and try and put out a video of a celebrity video or something, my numbers don't do well. I mean, it's facts. But I am to blame for my channel too, because I don't upload like I should. You understand? So if I upload more and done more, I could get this, I know for sure I could get this channel up off the ground. And it's gonna happen. But like I said, people already was out here, mind was already set that Tasha K and Storm had an issue over the Jaguar interview that Storm done. And Storm, gained these numbers. And then you see another YouTuber, which she's a hater. It's a woman. She's a hater. This woman literally put out 10 to 15 videos every day. That is too much. Struggling trying to get those numbers. Struggling. I don't understand how a person with over 120,000 subscribers can only get 1.2 on the upload. Are you buying subscribers? Because that's what it looked like your channel is doing. You have the nerve to sit there and say that Storm was buying views, because there's no way that he gained 40,000 views in 40,000 subscribers in 1 week. Why not? If his video got almost 400K views on there, why couldn't he got 40,000 extra subscribers when there is over 300,000 views on that channel? He should have had 100,000 to be for sure. And I do believe that YouTube hold back subscribers. There's no way that Storm done almost over 300K views and only got 40,000 subscribers. No. I do believe YouTube holds back people's subscribers. I believe it should have been more. It should have been more. But that's when the hate and envy, when people start attacking your channel and start, attacking your views and start saying you're buying, they're jealous. They're haters. That's what that is. Period. They're haters. That's why they struggling now and putting up videos every hour. I've never seen, there's nobody on YouTube that I see put up between 10 and 15 videos every day on different things, trying to get those numbers. So then she needs to sit her ass down, because she is good for going and take somebody else's receipt, trying to crop out the name in your YouTube channel, and then when she get up there and present it, the trick can't even read it. Lying. She's a liar. I'm gonna get her together too. But anyway, like I said, so let me get to it because y'all want to know. Well, I had to give y'all the back part of why it's so easy now for people that don't have no brains to think that Tasha K did wrong in this Jaguar interview. Their mind was already stimulated with Tasha K and Storm already feuding, okay, behind the interview because of the lie that the small YouTuber put out. This group of people that's always attacking her. And my thing is, I'm not going to believe nothing. When I know that somebody is vengeful, when I know someone has an agenda, when I know when someone is trying to tear down another person, I'm not going to believe what you're saying because I know you have motives behind what you're doing. Duh. Especially when you come out and say, yes, I was mad that Tasha K went on Queen Radio, that she got that call. And yes, I am the one, I sent Nicki Minaj the video of Tasha K talking ish. When you got someone that is admitting to doing things like that, how can you believe what they're saying? You know they're saying it out of envy and jealousy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So anyway, people's minds was already in a shamble already. So then when Tasha K do the interview with Jaguar Wright, Tasha K had already talked to this woman. The woman knew the kind of questions Tasha K was going to ask her. Okay, Tasha K had already said that she didn't believe Jaguar on the stuff that she was saying. So Tasha K already had an idea about the woman. That's why she didn't want to interview her. Because Storm interviewed her, what does that have to do with Tasha K? I don't care if that was her mentor or mentor. Do y'all not know that is showing that's part of the growth? That you're going to be friends and cool with people in the industry, but you may do a story and it may do good, but then your partner or whoever you're cool with may do another story on the same person, and it's going against what you're saying. That's business. And I do not believe that Tasha K was trying to discredit Storm. Tasha K never believed Jaguar from the beginning, before Storm even interviewed her. Duh. How do y'all know that Storm even believed majority of the stuff that Jaguar put out? An interview was an interview. Look what the interview did for him. That don't mean that he had to believe what she said. So then you got to notice Jaguar does a lot of talking. She does a lot of talking. In her interview with Storm, Storm let her talk. She did all the talking. Period. Tasha K video was different. Because see, Jaguar Wright, she's a talker. And that's all she's been doing. She's been talking over talking people. Talking. Jaguar Wright knows what she's doing. I believe that Jaguar definitely wanted to interview with Tasha K because she knows Tasha K is a big celebrity YouTuber. She's watched Tasha, she studied Tasha, and she wanted to get on Tasha's platform. Now, she knew that Tasha K wasn't going to be giddy, happy smiles with her because she knows her content. Jaguar had an agenda. And you know how you got women that don't really care for other women, and you can see Jaguar do not like women. You can see that she really do not care for African American women, for women. Okay? And so you got these women that will purposely want to come and sit with you just to sit by you and sit in your face and, how can I say this, challenge you. And I believe that Jaguar wanted to challenge Tasha K. Period. And so when they did the interview, me personally, and this is my honest opinion, I don't see where Tasha did anything wrong. I don't see where Tasha K did anything wrong. I think that Tasha K did exactly what she was supposed to have done. She interviewed her. And you got to understand, when you interviewing people, you definitely, it's obvious you're not going to know certain things. That's why you're asking the question. But when you look at the pattern Jaguar Wright was on, she was the talker. She was doing all the talking. The things that Tasha K was asking her, there was just follow-up questions that Jaguar was putting out there. Because see, when I first watched the interview, and I'm watching it because I stayed on through the whole thing, and, you know, at first, when they very first came on, and Tasha was asking questions like, where you live at, and how much, you know, both of them were smiling. They were laughing. They were smiling. They had smiles on their face. Jaguar was smiling. So I took it as they were kind of playing with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because if Jaguar was in so much distress of Tasha K asking her questions, why in the hell was she smiling? Now, some questions got tougher. Tasha K is only asking her questions about what she's putting out. It's not like Tasha K had a list of questions and she asked her about all this trauma. Jaguar was putting the shit out there. Now, let me say this. Everybody's body language is different. And Tasha K, to me, does not express emotions well. And that's just how she is. That could have just been from her upbringing. Do I think that she didn't care about that woman's son dying? Yes, she did. Tasha K was more of in shock of what she was hearing. So her face expression was more of like, damn, I can't believe all this shit happened. Like, you know, she had that look instead of crying and tears rolling down her eyes. Y'all wanted her to cry. Oh, Jaguar, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, you know what? Let's just end the interview because I can't take it anymore. You know, just think how far Oprah Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey, Wendy Williams, just, you know, Howard Stern, just think how far these people would have gone if they would cut interviews and cry and no. And so y'all are mad because the issues that Jaguar was saying that she was having, it brought memories to y'all. You know, there's things that y'all are still dealing with. And it just touched y'all because y'all like, oh my God, Tasha K is not showing her any empathy. And I know how she feel. Like, y'all still don't understand. Tasha K and Jaguar already talked about what they were going to talk about, what question was going to be asked, what's going to happen. Y'all missed that part of the show. Jaguar got upset because Tasha K was asking questions that Jaguar couldn't answer. She knew if she answered a certain way, it was going to make her look bad. And so she felt like, okay, at this point, I'm losing control of my mouthpiece. See, Jaguar White got a mouthpiece on her. A hell of a mouthpiece. She talks a lot. You know, and I think with somebody is that freely, and she's older now, and it's kind of like, okay, did I heal? Is she already healed from all her trauma? Well, you would think so, because of the way she was so carefreely to put out all that information, all the trauma that had to her. She didn't drop not one tear. She didn't tear up. Did she tear up about her trauma? Did she cry about her trauma? But because Tasha K didn't drop a damn tear, Tasha K wrong. Tasha K lacked empathy. Jaguar put that shit out there, and Jaguar didn't drop a damn tear. So, I'm not saying that when she spoke about her son, that was sad. Jaguar's story was sad to me. But at the same time, I gotta be real here. I truly believe that Jaguar exaggerate a lot of her trauma. First of all, Jaguar said something. She said when she woke up, she was in a whole nother country. You telling me that if someone tells me, if I'm interviewing somebody and they tell me that it was times that they didn't know who they were, they didn't know where they were, and they was in a whole other country and didn't know how they got there and didn't know who they, I'm gonna question that. I'm gonna ask, well, what took place? What happened? What? Because you want to know. And I'm the type of person, and my family know, I ask questions. I'll be wanting to know from the beginning to the end how you feel. What made you feel like that? What made you, I be wanting to know. So I can understand both sides. And I'm not just going in on Jaguar. No, I understand both sides. Jaguar was upset because she thought Tasha was going to show a lot of emotions. Jaguar thought that Tasha K was going to feed into the story, show a lot of emotions, and was going to side with her. Even though she know how Tasha K does her show, Jaguar to me just thought that she was going to outdo Tasha, was going to out-slick Tasha, if I can say that. She thought she had it. She said, I'm a born debater. I live for this. Y'all don't pick up what people say to y'all? What people say? She said, I'm a born debater. I'm a debater too. I will debate. I will talk. We will talk. I will debate you up and down. All up and down. Yes, I will. So I know what she's talking about. But I'm not going to pull bullshit over somebody to get one up in a debate. No. I'm going to debate on stuff that I know actual factual information about. All right. Now, this is my thing. I definitely believe that Jaguar downplayed her trauma. I wasn't there. I wasn't part of it. But I mean, she's just too freely. She's just too free. And not only that, I have grew up with women like Jaguar. I've seen it. I know a habitual liar when I see it. I'm not saying that she has not had some trauma. Okay? But I definitely think she's exaggerating all of this shit. So you telling me that a woman that been through so so much, you know, let's just scratch that. I think she's a habitual liar. I think she exaggerated a lot of her trauma. I believe Tasha K knew she was exaggerating a lot of her trauma. Tasha K was asking questions to get answers because she knew she was dealing with somebody that is somewhat off her rocker. Do I think that she has multiple personalities? Maybe. She loves sympathy. That's why she tells these dramatic stories. I just can't get past that she says she woke up in a different country now and don't know how she got there. Do you know what you got to go through? Customs and everything to get to a different country. I just think some of her stories were questionable, and Jaguar snapped because she was getting frustrated with Tasha K because she thought that she was going to outplay Tasha with her question because she's good at her, she has a good mouthpiece, and she feel like I can handle anything. She says she's a great debater. She said she lived for a good debate. She was born for a good debate. Y'all ain't hear when she said that? That was towards the end. So she was ready, but she just thought that she was going to do a lot of talking and Tasha K was going to sympathize with her later on down. But Tasha K was asking questions that people wanted to know. She asked her, how do you make money? Where'd you get money? How do you get it? Jaguar was smiling. She was smiling when she was answering Tasha K questions. Tasha K wanted to know, well, you know this about Chris Brown. Well, how do you know? Tell us. You understand what I'm saying? So Jaguar is telling bits and pieces of information and think that, okay, well, we're supposed to believe it. No, give us details. How do you actually know this? Period. It was something interesting that she said about the Rihanna and Chris Brown.
About 10, last time I saw them. Maybe 10, 12. The last party that I went to, like I said, it was right around the time that Chris Brown was, you know, when they arrested him, that awful thing. That was fucking terrible. That was what they did to that boy was fucking terrible. And that's why I'm such a big Chris Brown fan, because despite everything that they did to try to ruin him, he fucking held firm. He held firm.
He beat Rihanna's ass.
Do you know why?
What?
Do you know why?
Why?
See, this is the thing that fucks me up about everybody who likes to put monikers on people. First things first, Rihanna didn't report that Chris Brown beat her up. It was a publicist that did it. Her statement didn't come from a police officer. It's not like there was an arrest. He was caught beating her. He was arrested at the Grammys the next day. The fight took place in the car. Did anybody ask where the car was? It was on the fucking PCH. Do you know how high the PCH is? Hella high. All that wheel had to do was jerk the wrong way. They both could have crashed to their death in the Pacific Ocean. That fight happened in a moving
I don't
vehicle.
remember exactly where they were, but I
Ain't
do
nobody
know
gonna tell you. Don't nobody remember nothing.
But the
What I
night
can
that
tell you
it
is
happened,
they were both
Jaguar.
at Clyde Davis's house. What I will tell you is they were both at Clyde Davis's house at the party the night before the Grammys when he was arrested.
But he beat her.
Somebody
She
needs to
had
ask what
black
happened at that
eyes.
party. No, somebody needs to ask what happened at that party to Chris Brown. Why was Chris Brown upset? What happened? Why don't nobody ask the real questions? Why did he tear off from the Grammy party? Everybody goes to that Grammy party. You get invited to the Clive Davis, come suckle at the tea to power. That's supposed to mean you make it. And then Clive and everybody's sucking Clive's ass and kissing his ass. And he running around grabbing everybody's ass and doing whatever the fuck he want to do. It's a goddamn freak show. Did anybody ask why he got upset and why he left? And if he left alone, and who else was in the car with him? See, this is the thing. Y'all rely so much on their liars to bring you information that you digest as the truth. And then they spend great time and money to build these stories up. They pay all the right people. They make sure everybody's tucked out real nice.
But were you there?
Like I said, that was the last party I went to. I stopped going to Hollywood.
There, what happened to Chris Brown?
It's not my story to tell. I said that about a lot of things. It's not my story to tell. But what I can tell you to do is ask the right questions.
What's the right
Why
question?
was Chris Brown upset that night? What did him and Rihanna argue about before the fight? How did he leave? Did he leave alone? Was he allowed to leave alone? Was there a fight in that car? Why didn't they arrest him right away? Why did they wait all the way until he's walking down the red carpet to arrest him in front of all of Hollywood? That bitch was beat up. I'm sorry, let me take that back. That girl was beat up hours before. They knew exactly where he was. Why did they wait all that time to arrest him? Why? She was assaulted that night. They didn't come and get him. The red carpet at the Grammys don't start until 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. He was about to hit the carpet, and then that's when they intercepted and they arrested him there for everybody in Hollywood to see.
So you're saying
why did it take the police 12 hours when she had clearly been assaulted hours before?
Well, maybe they couldn't find him.
No, and if they were coming to get him and they were giving him time, why did they arrest him at the Grammys? Why didn't they allow him to turn himself in? Why?
He beat her.
No, he beat her. And then 12 hours went by before he was arrested, and everybody knew exactly where the both of them were. And the statement that was given did not come from Rihanna. It came from a publicist. It didn't come from a district attorney.
Well, that's how big artists put out their statements, is through publicists. I work with a lot of publicists.
But once again, if she was violated and beaten the way they say she was violated and beaten the way. Now, see, I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures. It looked like she had been in a fight. But it didn't look like she had been beaten half to death. I know what beaten half to death looks like. That wasn't it. It looked like she took a couple punches.
I don't think anybody said she was beaten half to death, but she clearly was.
Okay, once again, I saw
and
some
she
of the
was
pictures.
very confused, and she was in love.
She had a shiner here. I saw it, but she wasn't beaten half to death. But
so are you justifying that?
I'm not justifying anything. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
What I'm saying is,
I'm listening.
if you have been assaulted to the point where someone needs to be arrested, why aren't you with the police? Why didn't you file the report? Why was it handled outside of the law before the law got involved? And why was the law instructed to arrest him in a public place where his business would be affected? They knew where he was. They could have called him. They could have came and picked him up. He could have surrendered himself. Why wasn't she there to identify him, to make the actual ID?
But she testified. That's why he
he wasn't there to make the ID. If someone assaults you and they arrest that man, they have to have you there to say, this is the man that did that to me. Then they book you. They don't book you first and then you say, oh yeah. You don't get booked until you have been accused. But she didn't accuse. The police didn't get involved until half a day later. Everybody knew it. Why was it handled that way?
Why?
Totally outside the law.
But you were there.
No, I wasn't in the car with them.
No, but you said something happened to Chris. That was the last party that you saw.
I said there was a party at Clive Davis's house, and that's where the story began. At Clive Davis's house.
Brown. She said that they didn't even bring Rihanna back to Chris Brown to identify him. First of all, why in the hell do she got to identify Chris Brown when that's Rihanna's boyfriend? And she said, Chris Brown, the singer, did this to me. They're going to go lock him up. She don't have to identify him. You identify somebody when you're not for sure who it was and you got a glimpse of him. And then so they'll say, well, it wasn't him? Can you point to who you think the guy is? But if you know for sure who your attacker is, they'll go get him. So she was definitely wrong about that one. And I know for a fact, if somebody get their ass beat right now by their boyfriend, and they give the name, the address, what they, just, of course you gotta give them a description of them. They're gonna go lock his ass up, ask his name, he give them his name, they're gonna lock him up. And I know this for a fact. So when she's saying that Rihanna she didn't come and identify him, they locked him, bullshit on that one. Now, I don't know about what happened. I don't know. Let me tell you something. That goes, Rihanna not pressing charges until later. That goes back to mental state. It goes back to how much you love and care for a person. It goes back to if your boyfriend beat you up and then the police call and you don't want to say nothing, but your mother say, oh no, we're pressing charges on this person. No, you're going to press charges on him right now. That could have been a situation with Rihanna's mother, Jay-Z, Beyonce, of course, anybody is going to tell the woman, no, you're going to press charges on him. So when I hear her say that Rihanna, came back late, well, the charges was put on him later as he was walking down the red carpet and they locked him up. That was because they told Rihanna, no, you're going to do this. Because he had no business doing that. Rihanna's face was, that was a beating for a man to do that to her face. He beat the hell out of her. Half to death because her face wasn't disfigured. Well, it was a little bit. So that part there, the Rihanna situation there, she can scrap all that. Because when she sat up there and said that she didn't have to come and identify him, she's wrong about that one. She's wrong. So if I know for a fact she's wrong about that, what else could she be wrong about? But anyway, I'm just saying that I just believe that Jaguar Wright her intentions was different. At the point where she started to get frustrated with Tasha and she kind of snapped was because she misread what Tasha K said. And because Tasha K was asking these questions about mental health and Summer Walker and things like that, Jaguar Wright came out and said that she has been touched because of the way she was clapping onto a teddy bear. And Tasha K was like, well, did you see that in you? Did you see her? Well, she tried to get to it, but Jaguar Wright wouldn't let her talk. And another thing is, Jaguar Wright was the one that kept cutting Tasha K off. Tasha K could barely get in a question. She could barely get in a question. Jaguar Wright was just talking and talking and talking. She couldn't even get in the question, so the little question she could get in, and that's how it is. Anyway, the person that's doing all the over talking, if you don't have common sense, you will believe the fast talker. You will believe the person that's doing all the talking and the shouting and the loudest. Okay? Tasha K already got people out here that don't like her. They already started with the Storm situation. So this just put, this was just like the last straw, of what people are saying and what people put out, because their minds was already triggered by the rumor that was out about Tasha K and Storm. Everybody don't show the same empathy. I know people, I could go and say things to certain people about a tragedy that happened, and they'll say, and that's it. Nothing else. Now, I know dang on well, y'all ran across a person in y'all lifetime that heard some tragic news, or y'all told some tragic too, and their response was not the way you would have expected. But that's just them. It's just them. That's all. So because Tasha K wasn't boo-hooing, well, Jaguar wasn't either. And it's her story. She didn't cry. She wasn't shed a tear. She got upset when Tasha K said, when they was talking about the mental health, and then Jaguar said about her son again, and Tasha said, that was enough to make you jump over the edge. See, I mean, it's not funny, but Jaguar Wright didn't like it. It made it sound like Tasha K was saying she was crazy. So why didn't she just really go jump off a building? That's the way I took it when Jaguar Wright snapped. When I hear that part, when I go back to that part, and because that's where she snapped on. When Tasha K was like, well, I can imagine that's enough to make, you go jump over the edge. Tasha, she was just, and Jaguar Wright snapped on that part. Because she thought that Tasha K was insulting her mental health by saying that was enough to make you go jump over the edge. I think Jaguar Wright was pretty much losing the battle that she had in her head that she thought she was having with Tasha K, because Tasha K was lacking empathy. The look of it looked like she was lacking empathy. I didn't see where Tasha K was lacking empathy. I was looking at Tasha K was like, damn, my sister is like that. When you tell her something tragic, she'll be like, damn, that's and she'll go into this frown, and her eyebrows will kind of lift up. Everybody expressed things differently. Tasha K was just looking like this was horrible. Like, oh my God, it was shocking to know that someone went through so much. That's the way I read Tasha. Everybody else read her differently. They thought that Tasha K should have been boo-hooing and crying. Even Jaguar said if it was the other way around, it would be empathy. That means Jag Wright is saying you should have been crying. I'm telling you my story, and you should have been crying, because if it was me, I would have been crying. It don't work like that with everybody. So that lets me know that this woman seeks empathy from people. That's why she's telling her story so boldly, don't care what she say, don't care how she say it, and she never lays one effing tear. She didn't cry. She didn't, ball up in a knot and cry about her own story. She's the one who went through it. I didn't see none of that from her. But everybody's down on Tasha K because Tasha K emotions wasn't what they expected to be. Man, that's crazy. Jaguar Wright didn't have no emotions either about her own story. And she thought that she was going to outslick Tasha K and thought that she was going to break Tasha K down and have Tasha K up there crying and, you know, and it didn't work. Period. So that's how I feel about the whole video. Could there have been less things that Tasha K could have said? Yes. I feel like hitting on when she was saying that people was trying to kill her and the location, I thought that was kind of you know, but what people didn't understand was Tasha K was trying to figure out, was she homeless? Did she have any money? Because she said she got all this bread. So you got all this bread, your card declined. Did anybody see her card decline on live? She couldn't buy a sandwich. They are always in the car. So it will prompt anybody to say, well, you got any money? How'd you get it? How are you taking care of yourself? It's an interview on somebody's life. People want to know what's going on with Jaguar. And you know what? That was a good damn interview, because now people need to see what you got going on, because you're telling everything else about everybody else. What about who Jaguar is? I thought it was a good interview. I thought it was a good angle. And I believe the only reason why people are upset at Tasha because who it is that interviewed her. If this had been anybody else, they wouldn't feel like that. Nope. No. That's why I said people minds was already manipulated by the Storm and Tasha K situation, which is a total lie. A total lie. But my thing here, because a lot of people did unsubscribe from Tasha K, a few people, not a lot. Tasha K losing 2 or 3K, even if she lost 10K, she's still at 800K. I mean, period. But my thing is, even if Tasha K did lose 10K, okay, she still got plenty of subscribers. Plenty. But this is my thing here. All the winos that unsubscribed from Tasha K, it was okay when she talked about Cardi B, called Cardi B Cold Sore B. When they were into it, y'all was championing that on. Y'all was talking about lighting Cardi B up in them comment sections. Or when Tasha K go in on anybody else, y'all would be right in their comment section cheering it on, championing it on. But now, it's a problem. Y'all don't like this. Y'all didn't like the way Tasha K asked questions. Y'all didn't like, are y'all kidding me? Are y'all kidding me? Tasha K was just on an interview with another lady. And that lady was spilling her story and was talking about the men that she slept with and T-Pain and everything. Y'all was down in that comment section lighting that lady up. Talking about her boobs and everything. Lighting her up. Y'all was loving that. But because this wasn't this was a different interview, and y'all got to sit there and see this woman that people had already been looking at in the industry anyway. I mean, you know, in YouTube and listening and watching and believing. So now she comes up with this story. Y'all, Tasha K's the bad person. But what about y'all crazy? Y'all are crazy. Y'all are. It makes me sick to my stomach to see the way our black people think. It's crazy. It's crazy. All you got to do, if you got a problem with Tasha K, just don't watch it. Don't watch the video. You know, I hear all these people were calling in, talking about on Wiley Show, talking about their mental health and who Tasha K was triggering. No, she wasn't triggering nobody. Y'all shouldn't have been watching it. If y'all knew that they were going to talk about mental health, as soon as y'all heard Jaguar start talking about how she was touched, y'all should have logged off. Don't sit there and blame Tasha K because y'all are still mourning and y'all are not healed from y'all situations. Don't blame that on her. Y'all shouldn't have been watching it. Take responsibility for the things we do. So when I see people making up excuses for what triggered them off, you shouldn't have been on there anyway. Log off. But you couldn't because you're addicted to the madness. You're addicted to the madness. Oh, one more thing I want to say. Jaguar Wright knows exactly what she's doing. She's broke. She don't have any money. She didn't make it in the industry. Where did she come from? Like, all of a sudden, this woman come out exposing people, okay? Exposing the industry. Now, I'm not saying everything she's saying is a lie. I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is her motives. What are her motives? Money. Finance. Have anybody took a look and saw how many celebrities have jumped on YouTube? YouTube is old now. I mean, the people who really made it and was going to make money off of it, they didn't made it and they're doing it. It's done. YouTube is really done for to me, for people to really make a profitable living off YouTube. I think the game is kind of over. It depends on who it is and what you're talking about. Because so many people and celebrities have jumped into the YouTube game. Now, why did they jump on the YouTube game? Because they noticed, they realized they didn't have any money. Money was to be made on YouTube. So here they are. They're doing podcasts. You got celebrities doing YouTube videos. And Jaguar fits right in. That's why she's on the internet. That's why she's on Instagram. That's why she's doing these interviews. Jaguar is trying to build some money. She's trying to get her name out there. She's trying to be famous. Just like everybody else jumped up here on YouTube. Ain't nobody noticed? Y'all didn't notice the celebrities that's up here on YouTube now? Huh? That's exactly why Jaguar is up here doing what she's doing. She has an agenda. She has motives of what she's doing. So I know people gonna say, oh, there you go again. There you go again. Taking up for Tasha K. Well, I watched the interview and I have a different outcome than everybody else. I think it was a good interview. Absolutely. Because this time, Jaguar was in the hot seat. And I just believe that if it had been another YouTuber that asked the same questions, this would be a different outcome. Because y'all were all for Tasha K dragging other people. Y'all were all for that, winos. Y'all loved it. But now this one is different. Because one of the women that is running around here blasting, exposing celebrities, do y'all think that's okay? Some of the lies she may be telling? Get it together. Get it together. This was not an attack on Jaguar. I'm just speaking the truth from what I see. I just thought that Gayle King, she interviewed R. Kelly. She was stern in her interview. She didn't show no emotions when those girls got to crying. She was stern in her interview. You know, Oprah Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey done different shows. You know, she had done shows where she cried, and, you know, that's different. But when she's interviewing, I watched her interview and asked the Michael Jackson situation. Those kids shared their information on the way Michael Jackson is allegedly, which I don't believe it, done things. When you're interviewing somebody and your agenda is different, it's going to be different. I've seen plenty of interviews with Tasha K, and people was telling certain stories, and Tasha K didn't budge. I don't think it's just even her own story and stuff that she tell. It's really not real emotional. And I don't think that it's not that she don't care. That's just the way she receives other people's trauma. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way just because she didn't cry and she didn't, you know, she was, what I saw Tasha more in shock than anything. It was shock. Like, oh my God, the trauma you went through. Oh my God, I can't believe, you know, so much has happened to you. It was more of a shock thing. But they're looking at the questions because she had to ask the questions, because some of the things that Jaguar was saying didn't make sense. So she was just trying to understand. That's all. Why did this happen? Well, tell me who told you this. Well, how would you know? You want to, hey, can't nobody just tell me anything. No, you tell me, how do you know this? What makes you say this? Tell me more to make me believe you. I'm just not going to go by what you're saying. Tell me why. You know, and so that's the angle that Tasha was going at. And I don't think she was doing it, to be mean. I just think she was asking because she wanted to know. That's just like somebody come and tell me, that's just like if somebody said, Laura, I saw somebody told me your boyfriend was over here, you know, cheating with such and such. What are you going to ask that person? Who told you that? Well, how did you know that? Well, I can't tell you. I just know. But who told you? How would you know that? How would you know? I need to know who told. Same difference. Same difference. So that's all. And so that is my thought. That is my opinion on what I thought about the Jaguar and Tasha K situation. Tasha K's interview, the thing about it is the reason why people are getting upset because Tasha K is not a certified journalist. Tasha K is not a detective. Tasha K is not a doctor. She's not a therapist. And that's the issue. If Tasha K was a therapist, if she had a title for something, then y'all would be saying something different. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And y'all just let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm going to beat y'all down there. Y'all already know. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe and hit the like button. Alrighty, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.